Hey, picture this. You've got a sealed engine control unit on your bench, a set of wiring harnesses, and the question of whether a modern Korean diesel ECU actually needs to be cracked open before you can tune it. I ran into that exact scenario this week. And if you care about saving time, avoiding unnecessary teardown, and still getting reliable bench read and write access, this one's for you. This is Hussein. Welcome back to Baabji Motors. And today we're walking through how the new AutoTuner mail-in unlock works for the Bosch MD1CS012 ECU, what's safe to expect, and the practical steps you should follow in a real workshop. Quick note up front. This is educational and informational only, the kind of walkthrough that helps a technician understand options and risks. Always follow manufacturer procedures and local laws, and treat any ECU handling with anti-static care and careful documentation. One question to think about as you listen: is opening an ECU still a necessary step for every new Bosch MD series unit, or has the industry already moved past that? Stay with me to the end. I'll answer that directly and give you a small, practical trick I use to speed up bench identification. Okay, short orientation. Recently, AutoTuner announced mail-in unlock support specifically for the Bosch MD1CS012 family, used on several Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis vehicles. The core promise here is straightforward. You don't need to open the sealed ECU to have it unlocked. Instead, you perform an initial bench identification to confirm the ECU reference, then ship the sealed unit to AutoTuner's technical center. They run a one-time unlock procedure, and when you get the unit back, you can read and write via the bench protocol, just like any other supported ECU. That announcement and the process details are on AutoTuner's site. So how does that look, step by step, from the technician's point of view? First, confirm the unit that's actually on the bench. Use your tool's bench identification routine. That will tell you the ECU reference and indicate whether an unlock is required. If the tool flags MD1CS012 and shows a mail-in unlock option, you're good to proceed. Remove the ECU from a vehicle carefully. Inspect the connector pins and housing for damage, and document the part numbers and any legacy tuning notes before packaging. AutoTuner's product page walks through the logistics. You purchased a mail-in unlock product. Print the carrier label they provide, pack the ECU with basic protection, and ship it via the partner carrier. They handle pickup, ensure delivery, and return. They also declare a low customs value to simplify cross-border clearance where applicable. A few technical points worth calling out, so you know what you're sending and what you'll get back. The MD1CS012 that AutoTuner supports uses an MCU identified as TC298, and the supported bench method connects to the outside plug of the ECU rather than requiring internal board access. Once unlocked, read and write operations happen over the bench protocol with very short times. Reading is on the order of 1 minute 30 seconds, and writing is on the order of 30 seconds, plus the usual checksum correction and automatic backup creation, so you don't lose factory files. Those are the core capabilities to expect after the mail-in process is complete. Now, which vehicles are we actually talking about? AutoTuner's compatibility notes emphasize post-2020 platforms, but list specific lineups that commonly use the MD1CS012 hardware. Premium and SUV models in the Genesis family, such as the G70, G80, GV70, and GV80. Mainstream models like the Hyundai Palisade and commercial vans, such as the Asteria and Porter. And Kia models including Sorento, Bongo, Trevello, and even the new Tasman pickup. Across these platforms, the ECU typically handles 2.2, 2.5, and 3.0 diesel common rail engines in their Euro 6 and regional variants. Keep in mind the compatibility list can evolve. Always run the bench identification first to avoid surprises. A few practical workshop tips that matter. 1. Photograph the ECU label and the VIN reference before you remove anything. That saves a ton of follow-up emails if customs needs verification, or if you later discover a mismatch. 2. Perform a fresh bench identification and save the logs. That record proves to the mail-in center exactly what you sent and speeds up any troubleshooting. 3. When you pack the ECU, use anti-static bubble wrap and secure the connector pins so they don't bend in transit. Damaged pins are the #1 cause of rejected jobs. And 4. Be realistic about timelines. The online FAQ indicates the unlock itself is usually processed the same day it arrives at the center, but total turnaround depends on pickup and shipping. So account for transport when booking your job. Safety and warranty considerations are important too. AutoTuner states that the mail-in unlock will return the ECU to a stock state when processed. So if the unit was previously tuned, the tune file will be lost. Make a local backup if you need to preserve a prior map. They also note that while the unlock is not tied to any specific AutoTuner tool serial number, compatibility with third-party tools cannot be guaranteed. So if your workflow relies on a different flasher, you may want to confirm read/write compatibility after the unlock. Lastly, do not attempt invasive surgery on a sealed MD1CS012 unless you have clear instructions and a reason. These newer units are deliberately harder to service on the bench because of security and calibration risks. Okay, let me answer that question I planted earlier. Is opening the ECU necessary? In this particular case, the answer is no. For the Bosch MD1CS012 that AutoTuner supports, they explicitly advertise a non-opening mail-in unlock, meaning you can get bench read and write access without removing the lid or desoldering chips. That's a big deal because it reduces risk, preserves warranty arguments where relevant, and keeps the unit cleaner for return to the customer. That said, every ECU family is different, and if your bench identification indicates a different unlock path, or that the unit is already modified, you'll need to follow the tool's specific prompts. My own take: mail-in unlocks like this are a practical, safe bridge between strict manufacturer security and the needs of independent tuners and repair shops. I prefer sending sealed units when a trusted provider handles the work because it reduces the chance of accidental damage and paperwork headaches. That said, I also believe shops should maintain a local workflow for units that never need to leave the premises. Bench cables and a trained tech still save time on straightforward jobs. If you disagree, say so below. I want to hear case studies where opening the ECU saved hours versus a mail-in unlock.
Here's a small, useful tip I didn't see in the official notes. When you run the bench identification, immediately copy the identification result into a plain text file and attach it to the order confirmation email or support ticket. That single step removes ambiguity, speeds up validation at the unlock center, and can shave days off a back-and-forth exchange if customs or part numbers become an issue. Before we wrap, quick checklist to run through on your end. Verify the ECU reference via bench identification, photograph labels and VIN, inspect pins and housing, purchase the mail-in unlock product, pack safe with anti-static protection, and ship using the provided carrier label. When the unit returns, reinstall, confirm read/write access, save a factory backup, and proceed with your tuning or diagnostics. If you need to confirm whether a specific vehicle is supported, run the bench ID first. That's the single most important verification step. All right, final recap and call to action. No opening required for the MD1CS012 mail-in unlock. Bench read takes about 1 minute 30 seconds. Bench write about 30 seconds. And the service is handled via a one-time mail procedure that AutoTuner orchestrates from pickup to ensure return. Price and shipping details are on their shop page. I'd love to know your experience. Have you ever had a sealed ECU returned with a hardware problem after a third-party service? Drop a real example in the comments so we can learn from it. If this walkthrough helped you in the Bay, let's set a target: 1,000 likes and 100 comments to show the platform this kind of practical shop content matters. Please subscribe and share if you want more deep, hands-on diagnostics and tool walkthroughs. Only a small percentage of viewers are subscribed, and those subscriptions literally let us keep producing gear tests and step-by-step tutorials that take real time and work. If you plan to pick up the same tools I used, check the description below for the links. Some are affiliate links that support the channel at no extra cost to you, and they help keep the lights on here at Baabji Motors. Thanks for watching. Leave your questions and case notes in the comments, and until next time, keep your workspace organized, back up everything, and happy diagnosing.